What is up, world? You are in tune to the KnoItAllz podcast, and you got your three usual suspects here with you on the pod today. Big G, what's popping, man? What's popping? What's popping? What's popping?
Man, what's cracking, fellas? I just got off I was over there chopping it up with Bears Nation, man. I just got off of the Bear Claw podcast with a couple of those Bear fans, and I think it's doable, man, for Justin Fields to become a Steeler, man. So we'll talk about it a little bit on the podcast today. But I think it's doable, man. I think it's doable. And you know what? They're not mad at us anymore because we fleeced Chase Claypool to them. They're not mad anymore. They're not upset anymore.
They're not upset.
They're willing to talk business. So,
okay, all right.
Willing to talk business.
What's up, man? Tate boy. Hey, what's popping, man?
Ma, Big G, what's happening, man? Ain't no sports on today, man. So I was just watching the classic movie that just happened to pop up on TV. What's up, Afton, Tim? Officer and the Gentleman, man.
Oh, that's classic.
Classic.
Great movie.
40 plus years old. I believe it came out in 1982. I was just watching the part, man, where
you cried.
Nah, man, I felt it a little bit though, man. Then no tears come down. You know how you don't necessarily cry, but you feel it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I felt it a little bit, man. I was watching that part where Mayo, Richard Gere's character, encouraged a lady she could never get over the wall to get over the wall. Mm-hmm. He went back, sacrificed himself to help her get over the wall. Mm-hmm. And that was just one of the best parts of the movie, man, because it ain't nothing like teamwork, man. We all need somebody to do everything we do.
Facts.
You know
mayonnaise. I remember that. Mayonnaise.
Yeah. Lou Gossett Jr., man. Lou Gossett Jr. probably about 82, 83 years old now, man. He an OG.
OG, for real.
He was a hater in that movie.
Oh, he was a big hater. But
at the end, they all appreciated him.
Yeah, they did.
Right. Richard Gere character said, "I couldn't have done it without you, sir."
That's what he said. He was doing all that crying. He was. Yeah. You sure right.
Total facts.
Hey, man, before we get started, we want to make sure that you like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch, so that when we go live, you'll definitely get those notifications. Look, man, we are getting ready to have a great show with you guys visiting. Yeah, it ain't no football on, and the fake Pro Bowl is on. I mean, it hadn't been a Pro Bowl since they stopped playing in Hawaii, and I'm just gonna say I'm not mad because it's saving a lot of the players from injuries. But hey, man,
man, my wife just told me before I down to do this, she was texting with her sister, and she was like, "Damunim at the Pro Bowl," and I said, "Because it's in Orlando, they live in Orlando." I said, "That's nice to go to, I bet, just for the day, but the game is whack. There's no game, and it don't compete with the 3-point contest and the dunk contest like the NBA do. You can't have football stuff that's like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Facts.
Playing football.
Facts. It's trash. Or you already done seen the sign and put it up. It's horrible.
That's what we want to see, man.
Trash.
That's definitely what we want to see, man. And we're just gonna jump into it today, man, because we got a lot to get to, and I want to get to it. I first want to start out by saying I don't know if Tate has already watched Raising Kanan, but you need to get to that. You need to go on and get to it.
Already watched it, man. Your boy Lou disappoints me, Ma. I respected Lou the first season, man. That was my guy.
Well, because Lou was a killer, but I mean, it is what it is. Lou, man.
Hey, man, but I seen that alcohol take people down like that, though, man.
Yeah, definitely. After said, might as well be punt, pass, and kick. I agree with you wholeheartedly in totality. We're going to jump into this, the first subject, though, man. What is your all-time favorite Super Bowl? Talk to me, and I don't want you to just give them to me like number 1, number 2, number 3. Tell me why that game is your all-time favorite. We're going to go with you, Take Boy Fresh. We're going to start with you. Let's start with your all-time favorites.
All right, man. Well, we'll start with my number 3. My number 3 is Super Bowl 30. That's the Cowboys versus the Steelers. And even though the Steelers lost, just the anticipation I had for that game, man, because I remember all the Cowboy Steelers Super Bowls previous to before that, back in the 70s. I was just a little fella, man, like Big G now. I was just a little fella. So I didn't really wasn't able to take it all in like I was in 1995 when I was about 23, 24 years old, right? And so it was a lot of anticipation for that Super Bowl. Rod Woodson got hurt and came back. I watched it. I remember Big G. I don't know. You remember when you watched the Super Bowl? We didn't watch the Super Bowl together, did we?
Yes, we did. Yep, we did.
Over Dexter Turner's house, man.
That's where we watched it.
R.I.P. to the homie. Yeah, because that was about the time I was on Elm Street over there.
Facts.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, R.I.P. to Dexter Turner. He was violently murdered about 4 or 5 years ago. But yeah, we watched the Super Bowl over his house with him. And even though Dallas won, Pittsburgh played a good game. Pittsburgh should have won, minus Neil O'Donnell, which is the same thing I think we'll end up getting from Kenny Pickett if he could ever make a Super Bowl. I just don't think he's capable of winning a Super Bowl, but I could be wrong, but we'll see. But me and Big G and a lot of people in Steelers Nation want Justin Fields, so you know.
Facts.
My second favorite Super Bowl, the Rams versus the Titans. What Super Bowl was that number? I don't want to get it wrong. Let me tell you. Okay, I don't know. It was 99 going into 2000. The 2000 Super Bowl played in January 2000, but it was the 99 season.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Kurt Warner's MVP season. Steve McNair, or was it Steve McNair's MVP season? Anyways, a great matchup. It was a great game. Came down to the end. 1 yard short of going to overtime. Yeah, that was a really, really, really good game.
It was Super Bowl 34, by the way.
Super Bowl 34. Thanks, man. So yeah, so that's one of my all-time favorites. Not really a whole lot to get into, just the drama of it. Came down to the very last play of the game.
Very last.
Yeah, so that was a really, really good Super Bowl. And my first favorite.
You know who did the halftime show?
I just should look that stuff up now. Who did the halftime show? If you know that one.
Christina Aguilera, Tony Braxton, Phil Collins, Enrique Iglesias, and Edward James Olmos.
Facts.
Faith Hill sang the national anthem.
Sounds like it could have been a pretty decent halftime show, but
pretty decent.
We should have came up with your all-time favorite halftime show.
Oh, that's next. That's next. We could do that. We could definitely get that in. You know what I'm saying? And
my all-time favorite Super Bowl was Super Bowl 37. Is that 37?
Let me check that out.
38. No, 43. 43, my bad. Read the Roman numerals, Kevin, you big dummy. But yeah, man, the Steelers and the Cardinals, we come into that game. Last Super Bowl we won, as a matter of fact, man. We've been to one since then. Not long after this one, but yeah, so that's why my people in Steeler Nation getting antsy about all this, man. We used to being going more than once every, it's been about 13, 14 years since we last been. It's been about 17 years since we last won.
Been a long time. Long time.
But this game was great, man. You got Kurt Warner, Larry Fitzgerald on the other side. You got Big Ben, who's starting to come into his own and starting to be the reason the Steelers were winning, and not like the first Super Bowl. He was just there to maybe Kenny Pickett get one of those Super Bowls like Big Ben got his first time. But and Big Ben's coming into his own, leading the offense, passing. You got the homie Santonio Holmes from Ohio State getting it in that. You got James Harris's 99-yard touchdown return before the half that was huge in that game, man. Huge. And I really think that that's one of my favorite, one of the best all-time Super Bowls ever, not just mine, ever, because of how it ended, how it went down to the end. Ben let him down in a 2-minute drill, hit Santonio with a perfect pass, that toe drag swag in the end zone. And so but it got scary for a minute because Kurt Warner and Larry Fitzgerald came back on offense and was starting to drive.
Mm-hmm.
Then the OG homie Lamar Woodley hit him with a sack that kind of ended the game, man. He was a young buck then, you know what I mean? And Coach Tomlin had said, I knew I could talk to him because he didn't know no better. He was young. He didn't have fear because he didn't really understand what the moment was.
Mm-hmm.
He came in and played big that last drive to help stop Arizona get off the field, and the Steelers win their 6th Super Bowl. My all-time favorite Super Bowl.
I love it, man. I love it. I a little bit like you, we share a game in common. But the reason why we share that game in common is the Super Bowl between the Cowboys and the Steelers. Is I always tease Big G that somebody O'Donnell lost the bet. He either lost the bet or somebody was tied up in the basement.
Yeah, he lost. He lost more than a bet. He was going. O'Donnell was probably down anywhere between $500,000 and $1.5 million, and they told him either you throw this game or somebody's going to be swimming with the fishes.
That's what happened. I always tease Big G about that, man. It was a sore spot, but definitely, there was no reason why Larry Brown came out of there and got a check after that. He came out and got a check. He got paid behind that Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Vanessa Williams did the national anthem. Joe Montana did the coin toss, and the halftime show was Diana Ross. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Halftime show was Diana Ross. My next one would be Super Bowl that is 28. Super Bowl 28, and that was with the Cowboys and the Bills. The reason why it was so much drama in that game, man. I mean, so much drama. I did not expect us to win that game. In the very beginning, I mean, even if you look at the total yards in that game, it's 314 to 341. We outgained them by literally 27 yards. The game it was really even. What changed the tide was interceptions and fumbles. Changed it. 3 turnovers made the game go a whole nother different way. Jim Kelly had 31 for 50, 260 in the interception. Troy Aikman was 19 for 27, 207 and an interception. Difference here, Emmitt Smith, 30 carries for 132, 2 tutties. He put the team on his back, man. He did his thing. And we won. We pulled away. We pulled away late because in the first quarter, even at half, they were still. I think it was a 10-3 game. It was really close. It was really close, and then we pulled away, and I was happy for that. Last one, I'm not gonna belabor the point. This one was easy for me, man. The last Super Bowl was the Miami Dolphins versus the San Francisco 49ers. The first time I ever bet some money on a game. You know what I'm saying? I was literally, I don't know how I would have paid it, Big G. At all. I don't know how I would have paid this money that I was gonna lose if San Francisco did not win. But hey, Joe Montana pulled it through for me, and I was happy. I was probably in middle school, and that's why I remember this game so vividly, because Joe Montana went to work. And on Monday, I was the proud owner of a $100 bill, and I was super happy about that.
You would have been down bad, bro.
I'd have been down bad.
You'd have been down real bad.
Why you betting $100 in junior high, but you only bet quarter time on here?
Cause I was young. Man. I ain't know the value of money. I was just doing it. You know what I'm saying? I bet you $100. I was just talking. I bet you $100 that San Francisco is going to win. And I remember the dude I bet too. He bet Philip Dimbo. I bet Philip, and I honestly I don't know how I would have paid Philip if I'd have lost that bet. But I was so sure that San Francisco was going to win that Super Bowl.
Remember that Super Bowl? That was Dan Marino's only Super Bowl, right?
His only one. Only one.
Also remember. What year was that?
It was Let me tell you. 1985.
Dang, Ma, you was kind of getting started before me, man. Because I feel like it was 85, 86, first time I really gambled, man. I was in the bathrooms, Big G at West Junior High, man. You was gone. I was in ninth grade.
Mm.
And shooting dice. And man, I had $2 at homeroom, man. Industrial Arts homeroom, Mr. Moore's homeroom. That was my homeroom. $2 that morning. All the money I had, so I'm trying to get some, a little extra for lunch. Started shooting dice in the bathroom, man. 14 years old, I turned that $2 into $228 by the end of the day, man. I've been hooked ever since, bro.
Two to 228 is a lot of money, bro.
That's a lot of money, and you spent a lot of time shaking them up during that time. Yeah, man.
Remember how the school had them kind of marble floors? You be in that bathroom, dice be clack, 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 clack.
Yeah, man. Big G, all-time favorite Super Bowls. Let's get it.
Hey, so my third favorite was, of course, that 27-17 loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Maud already mentioned it already, and I'm going to put emphasis on it, man. Neil O'Donnell, if you listening out there, bro, you owe me some bread, and you don't need to see me nowhere where it's just me and you, because it's going to be some conversation and some furniture moving around. Because I know.
Furniture?
At 50 plus years old, me and Neil O'Donnell going to be moving some furniture around. Because I got two dudes I got a beef with, Neil O'Donnell and John Starks. I got beef with both of them dudes, bro, because you cost me a lot of money. And I knew you threw it away.
You got lifetime beef, G?
Lifetime contract on them, on site. On site with John Starks and Neil O'Donnell. On site, we getting it in. Because I knew he threw it away. It was obvious. And it's come out more and more and more how mob connected Neil O'Donnell actually was. I don't want to be accusatory, but bro, we know what time it was. We know. You need to just go on and tell the truth.
Hey,
so,
Jim,
and I was hurt. What's happening? Yeah.
You always talk about getting with George Pickens in the room and
on site.
Call Arthur Moats.
Yep.
You might have a chance against Neil O'Donnell because he's older and he the only one that's 50 plus also.
On site. He got it on site. On site. We getting it in. But it was a great Super Bowl outside of the two just ridiculous picks that Neil O'Donnell made. The game could have went either way, so it was a great Super Bowl. My second favorite one of all time is the 1989 Super Bowl against the San Francisco 49ers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. That is the last professional football game that I ever watched with my father. I didn't watch another professional football game from that point forward because the 1990 season was a blur because of, all what was going on with my dad. But I watched that game, and a lot of folks don't know, my mother used to go back and forth between the Chicago Bears and the San Francisco 49ers and the Cincinnati Bengals, and because she thought Walter Payton was the sexiest man on the planet. So she had to ride with the Bears. But then then when the 49ers won, man, she was down by law with the 49ers. And I never liked them, but I understood her reasons why, because Joe Montana was just that dude, bro. And I mean, think about it. In our lifetime, he's probably a top 3 quarterback ever. Patty Mahomes, Tom Brady, Joe Montana. There's Pat 1, 2, 3.
I think Pat Mahomes is on his way to get him this year, man.
I'm just saying 1, 2, 3. That's it. Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Pat Mahomes. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
When that Super Bowl was played in 89.
Yeah.
So old Coach Nate passed away.
In 90. Uh-huh.
You didn't watch Super Bowl with me next year? I don't remember who it was, but
I didn't because you got to remember that 1990 season is when we went on that great playoff run for Lima Senior. And so I didn't even really get a chance to even watch professional football like that my senior year because I was so exhausted from playing on Fridays and Saturdays, with high school football, man. We went on a heck of a run. We finished in the state semifinals that year. Every game counted. So I was so locked in and focused. I probably in 1990 watched maybe 3 games, maybe 4 games professionally. I didn't hardly watch no pro football.
So wait a minute. I got to think about this. I came in March of that year.
Correct. Season was
Yeah.
over.
So our season had just got over. So yeah, he wouldn't have been able to watch another one after that because Dad passed that same year.
He passed in 90, but that my senior year.
I asked, the Super Bowl game was played in 90 then.
Yeah, I didn't know. It was in 89, but I didn't watch my senior year, which would have been 89 going into 90. I did not watch any professional football with my dad. Now, I watched my grandfather. Because what I used to do is when we played our games on Fridays, on Saturdays, I would rest. And on Sundays, I would go over to my grandfather's and just lay on the couch or lay on the floor.
But it wasn't
because I was trying to recoup.
There was no high school football games that ended January 1990. We was done in the end of November.
Bro, I was trying to go to college, man. I was trying to go to college and get a scholarship. My dad was still coaching. He coached basketball and football. Our windows of opportunity to be around each other wasn't like that my senior year. But my junior year, it was. There was a lot of camaraderie, a lot of going on around. So I got to watch a lot of professional sports. So the last sports game, professional football game I watched with him was, and right off the top of my head, I knew it, was the Bengals versus the 49ers.
Yeah, that one would have happened in the 89. So
1989. Yeah, in January. I didn't watch my senior year, no pro football with my pops, not one game.
Oh my God. Last halftime show, that halftime show was trash.
The Super Bowl in 1990 when the 49ers crushed the Broncos 55.
I think I watched it, but maybe a little bit. I didn't watch that much.
Yeah, it was a blowout. I don't think I watched a lot of it either. Yeah. Jerry Rice was getting in on them.
Yeah, listen, do y'all even know who this is? The halftime show was Bebop Bamboozled.
I heard of it before. And then my favorite all time is me and Tate. We got the same favorite one, bro. The Steelers versus the Arizona Cardinals probably have two of the best 4 plays in football and NFL Super Bowl history. The 100-yard interception return by James Harrison and the catch by Santonio Holmes in the corner. I mean, man, regardless if you're a Steeler fan or not, a football fan, that is how a game should end. So that ending going into halftime, it was great. Ended the game, it was great. So the only other game I had an honorable mention, I thought about it because I really actually went back and really thought through the question, was when the Baltimore Ravens played the 49ers, man. That was a great game.
Let me ask you a question. You guys, let's see how good y'all are. Halftime show.
Prince.
Who was it that did the halftime show of that game, Steelers versus the Cardinals?
It wasn't Prince. Prince was with Chicago and Chicago and Indianapolis. Halftime.
Tate?
Was that Justin Timberlake and Janet?
No. It was Bruce Springsteen in the East.
Oh yep. I remember that. I do remember that. Now that you say it.
The Boss.
Man, hey, just because you mentioned Bruce Springsteen, man. If anybody ain't checked out that documentary on Netflix about the We Are the World making the song and the video, that's a great little hour-and-a-half documentary.
Brought back a lot of memories.
Yeah. You were just a little fella, man.
Brought back a lot of memories, man. Jennifer, can you believe Jennifer Hudson sung the national anthem during that game, 2009? That's crazy.
I agree. That makes sense.
That's crazy.
But half times, like I said, man, all of those games was great, but that Baltimore San Fran game was right on point as far as up there. That was a great game.
I'm gonna tell you. So, and we'll talk about it some more, man. But I'm gonna tell you, there's 3 that stand out. 4 that may be
half times. You talking about
halftime show? There's 3 that stand out, and that's Michael Jackson, Prince, and Dr. Dre. Those 3 stand out. I mean, for real. Those 3. And then the
Janet and Justin Timberlake.
That's
bro.
4. That's 4. That's only up there because of the controversy that came behind it. But man, if you didn't feel the energy on that Dre halftime show, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was the best halftime show. It was Dre, Eminem, Mary J. Blige,
Snoop,
50 Cent.
50 hanging upside down. You know what I'm saying?
It was hot.
Yeah, it was hot. But it can't beat Prince in the rain, doing Purple Rain in the Rain.
It started raining.
It can't be Michael Jackson being transformed to everywhere. He was on top of the scoreboard. On top, can't beat that. Can't beat that.
Hey, I think Usher gonna turn up.
Nah, hey, look.
I think Usher gonna turn up.
Don't say nothing to me. I'm gonna be probably more hype during the halftime show than I am for the game. I'm gonna be losing it. I've been on Usher for a long time.
I think he's gonna turn up. I think he's gonna turn up.
Why is this kept, man? And Usher, first Bobby Brown, then R. Kelly, then Usher, my all-time favorite male artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna turn up.
You gotta go from this generation because I can't. All time is MJ. Them initials, when you put them initials together, they mean everything. MJ.
My all time.
Yeah, I was just saying. I don't know how you could be better.
All time, you saying, man. I was a big Michael Jackson fan. I know Michael Jackson all time is greater than them, but I said my all time favorite three. I ain't say the top three. I said my.
Yeah, I get it.
You better mess around, keep jumping in on my takes. You'll catch these hands.
See what I'm talking about? Moving the furniture?
Yeah, but you know what?
Jumpers make you gotta move couches around.
You know what's funny is that ice that took you out, I'll sleep you just like that ice did. You know what I'm saying? See it get slept just like that ice. Oh, pop, pop, pop. It just hit the ground 2 times. But look, man, after we talked about our favorite all-time Super Bowl, this Senior Bowl, man, it was like the less.
It was trash.
It was very uneventful.
Hey, Ma, before you get in there, can I ask you a question regarding the Dallas Cowboys?
Yes, sir.
So it seems like a lot of stuff happened in Dallas this week. Dan Quinn left. You got CD Lamb mom talking about Dak. You got Dak brother firing back. I mean, what's going on in Cowboy Nation is my question.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know.
So when we talk about this, first and foremost, parents, siblings, loved ones need to keep their mouth shut. It's a team. You have your opinion, that's fine, but you're putting your loved one in harm's way, and they got to defend it. Now, Micah done came out and said something. CD ain't came out and said nothing about his mama, but it's his mama. You know what I'm saying? And there ain't no love lost between Dak and CD. Now, I could say this. Here's what I'm about to say.
You know what that means, right? CD on the trading block.
No, CD's not on the trading block.
Every dude that Dak doesn't get along with, they trade.
CD and Dak are really good friends. They love each other. That's not so. But what I will say is we got Dan Quinn. And I said this on the show. I said that Dan Quinn and Mike McCarthy can't exist together anymore.
That's facts.
Because they have brain farts at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And with Dan Quinn going to over there in your neck of the woods in Washington, we don't know. I was just talking to G today. I don't know how it's going to work. A defensive coach, he needs to hire an OC like right away. I hope he does well, but I kind of feel like Dan Quinn's defenses have been figured out. I feel like they've been figured out, and it's time to bring an authoritative figure inside of the building. They're looking at Mike Zimmer. They're looking at Mike Zimmer because, Mike Zimmer had the number 1 defense in Cincinnati at one point. He had the number 1 defense at Dallas at one point, and he has a lot of tools if he comes back. Plus, he's runs a 4-3 in the defense. So bringing the 4-3 back. And you're not playing, you're going to be playing man coverage, but a lot of zone and an attacking style defense. If Mike Zimmer was there, I like it kind of, but I would rather have Vrabel, but it looks like Vrabel is even out of the equation because the second interview is going to be your boy, man, Riverboat Ron. And I'm going to tell you something. If anybody got an axe to grind tape, it's Riverboat Ron. And I promise you, if this man gets let loose on the whole NFC, his defenses will be great. His defenses will be great.
If the Cowboy Nation don't make it to at least the NFC Championship game for the 2024 season, the whole staff is getting fired.
Oh,
the GM's getting fired.
Well, no, not the GM, but
And
the whole staff.
And Dak is out of there.
Well, Dak, this is the last year on Dak's contract.
Out of there.
Extend him, right? And I think that they're gonna extend him. And why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to think about it. Finding good quarterbacks in the NFL is real hard to do. And you know, we done went through 7. I mean, y'all are battling with Kenny Pickett right now and trying to make good patchwork with Mason Rudolph. So y'all know how important it is to just have a good quarterback. You know what I mean?
You got to have a quarterback one in this league.
You got to have a quarterback one. So that's one of those things, man, that you look at. But I will say to your question, Tate, if I'm not gonna get what I want with Vrabel, I would rather have Riverboat Ron. And there are people who are talking about they would just rather walk in the street blindfolded than have Ron Rivera be their defensive coordinator in Cowboy Nation. But I like Ron. He's had great defenses at the Chargers and Carolina.
Mike McCarthy don't want Vrabel coming in there because then he essentially got his own replacement on his staff.
Fired.
Not only fired or just making change after next year.
Yeah.
I mean, so he can coexist with Ron Rivera, even Mike Zimmer. They've had their opportunities to be fired. Vrabel got out of there, fired or resigned, however he did it. But we know he's a good one, a real good one.
Yeah.
Hey Tate, I heard some rumblings that they might be trying to push a position for Vrabel over there in Pittsburgh, dog.
Oh, yeah, I heard that same.
I've heard that in the last 48 hours that they trying to push to bring Vrabel to the crib. You know,
and Tomlin could exist with Vrabel because he's considered a better coach. The other guys we talking about, Vrabel might be a better coach.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. I can't. Hey, no question. I think they threw him under the bus. Mike Vrabel has something to prove, just like Riverboat Ron has something to prove. Mike Zimmer's been sitting at home. That's why I'm not really sold on Zimmer. Zimmer ain't coached since 21. You know what I'm saying?
Mike McCarthy was sitting at home.
True, but how many years? Just 1 year.
Wasn't just 1 year?
Yeah, Zim been on the bench for what is it, 24? He done been on the bench for 3 years.
Zimmer been on the bench.
He's been on the bench. You know what I'm saying?
He's been on the bench, just sitting there, bro. He don't know nothing about nothing. And I promise you, if the Steelers get Vrabel, somebody getting checked as soon as he show up. First one of them months to start with the shenanigans, they locking them locker room doors. He gonna tell Tomlin, get out. and then we gonna see what time it is now, bro. We're gonna see what time it is because ain't nobody gonna talk crazy to Vrabel at all. Nobody.
You saying
checking everybody?
You saying Tomlin and Vrabel gonna fight?
No, he gonna tell Mike. So if they bring Vrabel in now, Tomlin ain't got to be the bad guy no more. He ain't got to do no discipline and all or whatever else. The first one of them Steelers to get to cutting up real bad, he gonna tell Tomlin get out, and he gonna lock the door behind him and be like, say what you said again, because Vrabel ain't taking it. I promise you, and there ain't near a Steeler that can whoop him. There ain't one dude on the team. He'll lay hands on everybody on Pittsburgh team.
Well,
there ain't a Steeler that can whoop him.
I like the fact that he's an authoritative coach, and I think that
playing.
He would help. I think he would help any team. But I do know that he got a vendetta. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He got a vendetta this year, just like Riverboat Ron has a vendetta.
And him and Arthur Smith don't work together before, so that would be like perfect. Arthur Smith is OC, Vrabel like running the DC up, man. We might have something cooking with that.
Well, I think that's a really good staff when you got two former head coaches on your staff.
Yeah,
and then there's still the possibility of bringing in Munch as some type of senior offensive coordinator or something like that, offensive analyst.
And ain't nobody whooping him either. ain't nobody whooping Munch neither. Ain't nobody whooping him. So we it's gonna be some furniture moved around and y'all gonna play better.
Hopefully so. Look, man, I'm gonna tell you like this. When we were talking about the Senior Bowl yesterday,
it was trash, man. It was trash. Go ahead, though. It was trash.
I'm just gonna tell you, it wasn't eventful. It wasn't a whole bunch of scoring. Kids were really trying to play their way in. But I gotta give G. Here's what. Listen up. everybody here, everybody here needs to listen. Everybody in the live chat, we don't say this often. So the fact that I'm about to say what I'm about to say, I need everybody to listen. Big G was absolutely 110% right on a theory that he had. And he was like, you're going to see a lot of the top draft picks not play, not go to the combines.
Yep.
They're not doing nothing. They're going to set out and they're going to let their name get them a draft spot.
Yep.
Right? And we seen that yesterday with Penix Jr. Penix Jr. didn't even play. Right?
Yep.
And I'm seeing, a lot of the top talent are like, nope, not going to play.
The top talent they don't got to go to the combine. I mean, to the Senior Bowl, but they going to the combine.
Well, I don't think they're going to run. I don't think that some of them are not going to do. Drake London didn't do it.
Okay, some quarterbacks don't run, but they gonna throw.
Well, Drake London didn't even participate in none of the drills.
I don't remember that, but
he didn't repeat it. And guess what Drake London did? He went. What number did he go in the draft again?
7. He was the first WR off the board,
ahead of a lot of other wide receivers. That and what it is, and the reason why I have to give G credit for this is that when you don't do that and you work out on pro days, you do your pro days, you're able to kind of shine in your own environment, right? Yep. And you keep your draft stock and the draft hype going on around you, and you're able to kind of. I guarantee Caleb Williams doesn't throw. I guarantee he doesn't throw. So most of the top, I don't think that a lot of the top quarterbacks are going to get out there and throw. Or
maybe
run.
not at the combine, but at their college workouts, yes.
Yeah,
their college workout, at their private workout, yes. But at the combine,
And I got to give him credit on this. Tate, I got to give him credit where credit. If he say something good, I'm gonna tell him, because a lot of times he says stuff bad. He be saying some bad stuff, so I got to.
That ain't facts. That ain't facts. Go ahead, keep going.
I've been watching 22s of the number one quarterback. He missed a lot of throws, man.
You've been watching all 22 film?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
He missed a lot of throws this year.
I'm trying to tell you.
When Caleb is a good quarterback, he has escapability. He's got that invisible juice. But man, he missed a lot of throws, Tate. Caleb Williams will miss a lot of throws that he should. I mean, you see on some that he'll turn the defense with his head and with his eyes, but on a lot, he'll miss throws because he's ready to run. And I don't know if that was caused by him having a bad line, or was that caused by him just not being able to read the defense?
Caleb Williams now, the comp now for me, is a lot closer to Kyler Murray than it is Patty Mahomes. Now that I've watched a lot of all 22 film on Caleb Williams, he is a lot closer to a bigger, stronger Kyler Murray than he is Pat Mahomes, boy. That he plays almost the same way Kyler Murray plays. So if you want that type of dude in your offense, that's why I think Kingsbury's going in over at Washington. And then they're going to go all in and make the flip. And Kingsbury's they're going to get him in Washington. Chicago's going to flip with Washington, and boom. Because like I've already told you, and I'm telling Tate now, in our lifetime, a quarterback heavy top 15 draft has always had multiple trades in the first round.
So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, Tate. Since we're talking about Caleb Williams.
Hey, Drake London went to the combine. I just researched it.
Yeah, he went to the combine, but he didn't participate in all of the drills. He didn't.
A lot of players do that, but okay, go ahead and talk about what you were talking about.
So let me ask you: do you think Chicago gets off of their quarterback, Justin? Do you think they get off of him and in favor of Caleb Williams? But knowing what you know now, because everybody's doing their due diligence and they're actually kind of rating their players. But do you think Caleb Williams stays the number 1 draft pick, or does somebody trade up and get in that spot with Chicago?
If somebody trades up, they trading up for Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is definitely the number 1 pick. Now, whether Chicago takes him or not, that's still up in the air for another few weeks. I think they want to see more from. I think they won't know until after they see Caleb Williams perform at the combine and his pro day, and they'll know what they want to do. But Caleb Williams going number 1, and if he performs well at the combine and his pro day, Chicago has to seriously consider him because they just had number 1 pick and pass on CJ Stroud last year. Now you gonna turn around and pass on Caleb Williams? Look what CJ did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put CJ in Chicago's offense. Offense is gonna flow better than with Justin, honestly. Now Justin is capable of more big plays. If you just want that pure quarterback play from the pocket, which I think the new OC Waldron, he kind of wants that because that's what Geno Smith was. He's able to coach that up. I mean, what can he do with Caleb Williams? Caleb Williams has to go number 1. If somebody trades up for him, or if Chicago makes the pick, it better be Caleb Williams.
So if Chicago makes the pick and it's Caleb Williams, what do you do with Justin?
You trade him to the highest bidder.
Who you think? Where do you think he'd end up? Where do you think he'd end up at?
We talked about this backstage. It's 1 of 3 places, man. It's the Raiders, it's the Falcons, it's the Steelers. One of those 3 places Justin Fields will be next year, I believe.
Where do you think he would be better at?
Like, that would be better in Pittsburgh. But there's an argument for Atlanta because they have weapons. They have Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson. That could be a real formidable and scary offense. But do we want to go? Do we want because Justin is going to have some say in the matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just because he's his contract is up. This is last year on the rookie contract, so he can tell the team, have his agent tell the team, I'm not re-signing with that team.
Facts.
He can kind of force his way to he want to go and force Chicago to trade to somebody he chooses of the people that he has interest in him.
Facts.
Big G,
Yes,
we've
sir.
heard your theories all the way around. I'm not gonna get on your wild Justin Herbert theory, so we're gonna leave that alone.
It ain't over with.
But what?
Listen, it ain't over. But it ain't over.
What do you think about the Justin Fields? Now we've already talked about Caleb Williams. We know what that looked like. But what do you think about Justin Fields? Where do you think he ends up?
Well, the deal is, and this is the question to Chicago, because it's about money on one hand, and you getting to restart the clock, with a rookie contract versus Justin Fields being next year, the 4th year of his 5th year, and then, hey, look, I got to pay this guy moving forward, right? Do you get more out of him than Danny Dimes? Absolutely. And they gave Danny Dimes $40 million. So that's for all y'all that's having that quarterback conversation. You're going to get more out of Justin Fields than Danny Dimes. But the deal is Justin Fields going to put my team in position to compete in the NFC North next year or the year after? Because if you flip Caleb Williams
in the NFC North or AFC North?
So if he stays home, if he stays in Chicago, is he going to be able to compete next year? If you flip picks and you go to number 2 and you draft Marv and you come back at number 9 and Blake Bowers is sitting there and you get an extra pick out of the Commanders and possibly a player, you roll with Justin Fields all day and night. But the question is, the Bears management and the coaches are so stuck between a rock and a hard place. They don't, because either way it could cost them. Because if they stay in mediocrity and they lose to the Packers twice next year and they're 7-10, the coach is gonna get fired, the GM's gonna get fired. And Justin Fields goes somewhere else and wins. Oh God, don't let him win in Atlanta or in Pittsburgh. So now you got mud on your face, but it's the same way the other way. If you trade and you pass on Caleb Williams and Caleb Williams goes and he's serviceable and you can see the future, and then the Bears lay another egg as an organization, they're fired again. So the deal is the Bears got to look at what is the best way they can get to 10 or 11 wins. 10 or 11 wins puts them in position to be in the playoff. So that's the question. What is going to put us next year at 10 or 11 wins? I think Marvin Harrison Jr., Blake Bowers, and an extra pick from the Washington Commanders put you in a whole lot better place than just flipping Caleb Williams for Justin Fields. That's just my thoughts.
I like it. I like it. I like it a lot, man. The people that helped themselves on the Senior Bowl, Amani Bailey helped himself a lot. He ran as a running back. He probably played his way from the 4th round into like the 2nd or the 3rd. And I could see that there was nobody else. I mean, they keep saying that there's a couple of people who helped themselves, like Braden Fisk, the tight end from Florida State. Okay. All right, but the game wasn't really that great. It wasn't really that solid.
The practices help people.
The practices really help people. Go ahead, take your mic.
The practices was matter, man. But I think G's dude, Mitchell from Toledo helped himself.
Quinyon, yeah.
And Jackson Powers Johnson, the center from Oregon.
Yep.
Really helped himself.
Could be a center taken late 1st round now.
Yeah. Really.
Mike Hall did too.
I mean,
Mike
you know,
Hall,
all of those guys were really, really good. You know what I'm saying? In practices. Trevondre Sweat from Texas, your boy Tyler Guyton from Oklahoma. They were really, really good and impressed in practices. One of the Ohio State guys at
Mike Hall went off. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Ricky Pearsall had a great the Florida Gators wide receiver. He had a great senior thing. The McConkley, the wide receiver from Georgia, he was killing them in practice. So
I'm going to tell you something.
Are more important.
So Tate, hear me on this. Hear me. I've already put this out to G. There are 10 game-changing wide receivers in this draft. 10 of them. And I think what I've said earlier is there are a lot of teams that have to have a B+ draft. This is a big year, and they have to have a B+ draft to actually help themselves. But there are 10 great wide receivers. Can you name them? Do you know who those are right now in the draft?
I already know. I know already, but I don't know.
Well, I know 10 of them.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know 10 of them. I know 5 of them.
You probably know more than you think.
Name
them out loud.
Marv will be one, Tate.
Marv is one.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison. Neighbors from LSU.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You got your boy from Washington.
Romo Dusney.
Dusney. You got let me think.
The kid from Florida State.
Yep.
Yeah, the tall guy, Coleman.
Coleman.
You got
thank you, LSU.
Yep. The other kid from LSU, Brian Thomas.
Yep.
Bryson, yep.
You got Mitchell from Texas.
Yep.
That's 6. Xavier Worthy from Texas. That's 7.
Yep.
Texas got 2.
Yep.
You got the boy from South Carolina.
Yep. Leggett.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's
Walker, the wide receiver from North Carolina.
Devontae Walker from North Carolina, and Troy Franklin from
Oregon.
What about the kid Corley?
You mean Lad McConkey?
No, Malachi Corley.
Malachi Corley?
He's nice now.
He's coming up, but that Lad McConkey is actually coming up too. And Jalen Polk, Brendan Rice, Ricky Pearsall. These are guys who could really, they're like bottom tiers, but if they get in the right situation, you can see they could really help, like Zay Flowers did this year.
Ricky Pearsall is a Cooper Kupp clone.
Yeah,
he's a clone.
Think about Tank Dale in Houston. You know what I'm saying? You get in the right place. And think about, there's 10 of them. If my homeboy actually gets to the Super Bowl, he actually wins the Super Bowl and gets a wide receiver like a Polk or a Brendan Rice or Adnan Mitchell, man, he right back. He re-up. You know what I'm saying? My question to you is, how do you feel about this? Oh, and Claude Bishop said Detroit and Green Bay. Shoot, Detroit get another wide receiver. They right back. How do you feel about this year's wide receiver class in the draft, Tate?
I mean, I definitely know it's a good class. I got the Steelers taking somebody. I mean, they might not be to the third or fourth round, but you get good value of wide receivers every year, all the way up to the fifth and sixth round.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I don't think we can afford, talking from a Steelers perspective, to take a wide receiver in one or two, even though we could use one.
Mm-hmm.
I think that value is around sweet spot. We got back-to-back fourth-round picks, I think like 115, 116, something like that. I think if somebody's on the board they really like, in the third round, like pick 85 or something like that, 84, I think they'd go in and get somebody instead of waiting the fourth round for somebody they like in the third round.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, it's a great line. Well, that's the trend of the sport, man. Wide receivers is just coming out everywhere now.
Mm-hmm.
Every team, college football team has a dog receiver. You know what I mean? So yeah, you can definitely get good talent in the.
You think it's deeper than last year?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, so this is and y'all say I always come up with crazy theories, but I'm gonna put y'all up on a theory, man. I've been saying it already on every podcast I've been on. The 2024 NFL draft is going to be the most pivotal draft for a 10-year period in the NFL. Because what can happen in the 2024 draft, a team that just needs a couple of pieces can hit with an A draft or A- draft, do well in free agency, and go from a 7-10 to trying to win their division and play big-time playoff games. Quick. A team that's already there, if they miss on pivotal positions, hey, bro, it might be adios muchachos. It might be adios. Like your window might be closed quick, fast, in a hurry. Quick, where you normally get a 2-year run, 3-year run, you might get a year because you cannot afford to miss. There are too many good teams, and there's too many teams right now, in my opinion, that are right there at the brink of becoming really good. Let the Packers get a couple pieces. Let the Bears do some fooling around. Let Seattle get it cooking right. They're too close. Let Miami make a switch up. They're too close, man. Let the Steelers get a quarterback. I mean, I can run it down. Harbaugh culture and the Chargers. Stuff can switch on a dime next year. And that's because free agency and draft is going to be so pivotal this year. Without those two things, man, you're cooked. You are cooked.
I agree with you, G. I agree wholeheartedly, bro. And I was looking it up while I got quiet here for you, Tate. I was looking it up, man. There's Roman Wilson will be around the 80s.
I was gonna say Roman Wilson.
He's tied to the Steelers.
He boosts his stock.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like Tomlin liked him. Going against Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you got Blake Corum. There's a lot of talent around that 80 range, that 80, 90 range. And then you still got to look at around the 70s as well, because there's going to be somebody jump who, we didn't think that was going to be in there. So if you're looking around the 70s, a good name, Jalen Polk.
I give Big G credit on this too, because I mean he definitely be on this draft analysis and college football stuff, but he really graded Detroit high last year, and a lot of people thought they was reaching. Detroit got players that they needed, that they didn't pay no attention, nobody else bored. They went on what they wanted. And I like that strategy. I like drafting like that.
Yeah. And you know what? Those players all played. They all contributed.
2 Pro Bowlers.
Yeah, they hit with two of them big.
2 Pro Bowlers and 4
Gibbs.
starters. Yeah, 2 Pro Bowlers and 4 starters.
Laporta, Gibbs, Campbell. They hit big on those guys.
Yeah, that's a dub. That is a dub.
So you gotta start looking right now and putting things together if we're the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers and Dallas Cowboys. But the thing that we need to do, both organizations, we need to fill these coaching holes fast.
Oh, we're
you know
straight.
What I'm saying? We
we're
need
straight.
to off OC, y'all need to fill fast.
We already got Arthur Smith. He locked and loaded.
Oh, see, what you talking about?
Arthur Smith is who y'all went with?
We're locked and loaded, dog. We already got him. He's in the building.
And like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Was the best OC available. Period. The best OC available.
The only other guy that went with for Pittsburgh is Clint Kubiak. And who knows if they met with him via Zoom over the phone or anything, I don't know. But Arthur Smith is a proven O coordinator. He fits our culture and our philosophical way of playing football.
Facts.
Run the ball, control the trenches, all that stuff. It's gonna be a good hire.
Yeah. We got to fill out DC. We fill out DC, I think we'll be fine because we really need to start looking at it. And before we get off this draft thing, let me ask y'all consensus. One thing, the big need for Pittsburgh in the draft.
There's no other need bigger in Pittsburgh, period, than quarterback. We got to figure that position out. I don't know if that's what they're going to draft, but we got to figure it out. Either we're going to try to go up. I've already said this on multiple shows. I'm going to say it here. Either we trade up and get the guy we want, or we trade back and get picks and address it in free agency. But we got to address quarterback. Will they?
After said the center.
We need a center. We need a right tackle. We need help at middle linebacker. And we need another corner. But none of those things matter unless we get a quarterback. Our quarterback one has got to be solved. We got to have a quarterback one. After that, then we can work it out.
What you saying, Tate?
I'm not even going to address quarterback with the draft. You said in the draft because we're not taking the quarterback in the draft. So I'm kind of with Afton. Center is a definite need. One of the first two picks. I don't think it'll be the first pick. Yeah, Claude is right. That's center. If you get a center at pick 51, I think pick 20 is going to either be, if it's one of those good tackles left that they like, they're going to take him. If not, they're going to take a cornerback. So what they're going to do is sure up the bookend as far as defensive backfield. On defense, if it's a corner, you got Joey Porter Jr. last year. You get whoever you get this year. Tackle, you got Broderick Jones last year. You get whoever you get this year. And then you solidify those. Those are two positions, high-value positions that get paid a lot of money. The Steelers will have two starters if they go tackle, two tackle starters. They go corner, two corner starters on rookie contracts for the next 3 or 4 years.
What if y'all mess around and get Cooper DeJean? What if
I like him a lot.
Yeah, I like him.
I like him a lot. He's my second corner, I think, but I do like him a lot because he's versatile. He can play outside. He can play slot. He can go drop back in safety, and he returns punts.
Yeah, him and Quinyon Mitchell was right there fighting for my first spot at corner. First corner off the board. Either Quinyon Mitchell or Cooper DeJean. Either one. I'll take either one of those.
So switching gears, man, we got the NBA, man. Donovan Mitchell fighting the other night. What was that all about? What's going on with Donovan getting into it? What
Because we out there balling. The Cavs is in third place, and we gonna mess around Wednesday night and get a dub. Milwaukee gonna lose, and we gonna be in second place. The Cavs is the hottest team in basketball right now. It ain't even close. The Cavs have been smashing people.
The Knicks just lost last night, and that was their first. They had won 9 straight before that. So the Cavs and the Knicks. The Cavs have won 13 out of 14. Donovan Mitchell, the dude, Zach Collins, kind of dirty shot at Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
And then Donovan Mitchell came back. It was like 2 minutes left in the game. Wasn't no big deal. You know what I mean?
Got ejected. Afton's comment said if we get JPJ in the draft, G is gonna have to mistake his name with something other than JPP.
I will. I'll tear it up. I'll tear it out the frame. It don't matter after. I will. You can bank on it. Take it to the bank.
It's Quinyon J, Big G, and Dijon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Iowa Toledo.
Amarius Mitchell.
Yeah.
I'm just going with some of these potential draft things. You're gonna get their name right.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, and Big G. Did you see the little little highlight reel game from Evan Mobley's game last night. Did you see Evan Mobley last night, man?
Evan Mobley, hey man,
28, 10 boards in 24 minutes, 3 of 3 from 3-point range.
the Cavs.
If we get that consistently, cancel Christmas.
The Cavs is peaking at the right time.
Hey, man, I ain't said in about 3 weeks. Put Claude in.
Get him in there. Deposit him. Deposit him on in the matrix right
Claude,
now.
man, I'm sorry, man.
Go on and deposit him. Get him in there.
I'm sorry, Claude, man. You did it. You did it to yourself, man.
Hey, let me break this down real quick, man. The Cavs right now are third place.
Yep.
They like a game maybe back of Milwaukee for second in the East.
They're a game back.
Okay, so they pass the Knicks by. If they have one of the easiest schedules in the league left.
Yes.
And they're only getting healthier. Who knows how long Joel Embiid going to be out? Philly continues to drop a little bit, I think. They're in 5 right now. The Knicks got Julius Randle hurt, and they got new pieces. Maybe they could fall a little back further. Boston, but I think Boston is good. But the Cavs is right there in the mix to compete with the Milwaukee Bucks for that second spot. We've already beat them twice.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. So, hey, Claude, you better get up on your NBA game, man. I know you're a football guy first. Yeah. Get up on your NBA game, Claude, man. We don't want to keep putting you in the matrix, man. You my guy.
So we got the Celtics at 37-12. We've got the Bucks at 33-16. The Cavs at 31-16, full game behind. The Knicks are 32-18. The 76ers are 5th place with 30-18. The Magic 27-23. The Pacers still going hard, but they've had a 3-game losing spree, 27-23. The Heat are in that 8th spot at 26-23. Everybody below them need prayer. And then we have the Western Conference. We've got the Thunder at 34-15. We've got.
You can pause right there. You can pause right there, because that's what's happening. But keep going. I'm gonna talk about it here in a minute.
Then we got the Timberwolves at 34-15. And then we have the Clippers at 32-15. And in the third space, the Nuggets at number 4 at 34-16. The Kings still they're coming back. They got a 2-game win streak, 29-19. The Suns are not doing well, 28-21.
They done heated up the last 15.
They lost one. They're down to lost one. The Pelicans on a 2-game win streak, 28-21 is their record. The Mavs, 8th place, 26-23, but they're on a 2-game losing streak. The Lakers are 26-25. Everybody beneath them needs prayer. Claude said, "You put me in the matrix for speaking facts."
No, he ain't. He was all you got put in the matrix because you said that the Cavs is not a threat in the East. You done lost your mind. But let's go back to the Western Conference. And like I told y'all even before the season started, my Shea over Luka. The Dallas Mavericks are 1 game away from not even being in the play-in. Shea is balling out of control. He's number 2. They just flipped it. Joker went to number 1 in MVP voting. Shea's 2. I'm telling y'all, I'm going to keep on telling y'all, Shea is the one, bruh. He's the one. You got to put some respect on that boy name and recognize he's better than Luka. I know Luka had a 73-point game, but heck, Steph had a 60-point game and they lost. Get out. Them points don't mean nothing. I'm talking about making your team to be able to win. And that's what's going on with Shea over Luka.
We don't call Steph trash.
Steph ain't trash, though.
Okay, neither is Luka.
Trash. Overrated. Shea is a better basketball player than Luka. He's better. He is.
Well, that being said, I'm just going to go and leave it here, man, because we're not going to argue with that take, man. I mean, honestly, we all know that Luka's not trash. But
Shea's better than Luka.
I don't know.
I
don't know.
Shea's better than Luka.
I don't know that I could say that.
Shea's better than him. He's better than him. You got to bow down to him, man. Shea's a baller. Shay's a baller.
I think you just want somebody to be better than Luka. I think that's what
Shay's going to win the MVP. I mean, what more does he have to do? He's going to win the MVP.
Hey, man, we're going to get this.
Bet right now.
Uh-oh.
How much? 30 minutes. Corner time. Bet.
30 minutes corner time. There you go.
Bet.
Uh-oh.
I don't even like doing corner time, betting corner time, but I'm going to do this just to shut. And I want mine. I ain't doing like payday. I'm getting mine quick, fast, in a hurry.
Bet. Shay MVP. It's a bet.
Uh-oh. We heard it. Bing, 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 bing.
Well, I put it up there. It's a bet. Quarter time, 30 minutes. Shay win the MVP.
Hey, we're gonna do this, man. Tate, your parting shots, man. We're gonna go on and jump into it.
Hey, man. You know how good it is right now to be a Tate's team fan? You know what I mean, man? We got the Pittsburgh Steelers. 10-7 season. I think better than a lot of people expected coming in. We predicted to finish last in the division and not make the playoffs. Mike Tomlin does it again. 3 different quarterbacks. Gets to the playoffs. All season already, we've hired a really good offensive coordinator, I feel like, that fits our philosophy as a football team and our culture, fits us culturally.
Yep.
I like that. So I like the direction the Steelers are going. Ohio State. You factor in the recruiting class, the transfer portal. Best upgrade in the nation in college football.
Numero uno.
Numero uno, Big G. Absolutely. So I like the direction they're heading in. Going to be ranked preseason number 1 next year.
Facts.
As we just talked about the Cavs. The Cavs winners of 13 out of the last 14. Currently in 3rd place in the East. Trying to get that 2nd place. May have it before the All-Star break. JB Bickerstaff doing an excellent job. Got a lot of good pieces. I like what the Cavs are doing. Lastly, the next sport on deck, baseball, the Cincinnati Reds. Manager, David Bell. Mom, pull it up, please. Nick Kral's done a great job getting prospects. Who can deal with this lineup, man?
We got Philadelphia Phillies.
Okay. Can I finish talking about my team? You get your turn.
Go ahead.
Go at center field, batting first. And Matt McClain at second base. Ellie De La Cruz at shortstop, hitting 3rd. Christian Encarnacion Strand hitting DH. An acquisition we got this year on the offseason, Candelario, first base.
Oh, I didn't know y'all had him. Ooh.
Spencer Steer going to play left field. Marte going to play 3rd base. Will Benson going to play right field. Got him playing right guard on my little graphic here. I don't know how that G got there. Tyler Stevenson playing catcher. Hunter Green will be the opening day pitcher. I got bench and closer. Jonathan India, Jake Fraley, Jose Barrero, all on our bench. And our closer, Alexis Diaz, who was an all-star last year with like 44 saves. Hey, man. And lots of other young talent that's coming up. So the pitching staff, Ashcroft, Abbott, Lodolo. We also picked up this offseason the pitchers. We got Pagan, re-signed Buck Farmer, Frankie Montos from the A's, Nick Martinez. Yeah, man, the Reds are loaded this year. I expect 92 to 94 wins. And we're going to be competing in the playoffs. It's good to be a Tate sports team fan. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, KnoItAllz Nation, for rocking with us. And that's all I got to say for this week, man.
I mean, I agree with all your sports thing except for the Reds and the Phillies. The Reds got to beat the Phillies. If they knock us off, then hey, y'all the squad. But all the rest of them, Ohio State, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, come on, dog.
Hey, because all them other ones are all his teams also. But we don't got to compete with the Phillies in the regular season. We got to win the Central. So I ain't saying nothing bad about the Phillies, Big G. You don't got to make this about you, bro.
You and Payday gonna be fighting about the Cubbies.
Oh yeah, that's definitely an automatic 50 spot bet, best record.
Yeah. Well, best of luck, but best of luck.
Last year by 1 game.
Mm-hmm.
G, parting shots, man.
Hey, so I've been in the lab. I've been in the dojo. I'm going to continue to tell you guys, make sure if you don't have it already, get you a Patreon. Watch some all 22 film because there is no off season in the NFL. March 13th is when they cut everything down. They decide what they're going to do with the free agents. March 15th is the new year. Y'all, we got like 40 something days. We already there. Teams is getting ready for evaluation and all whatever else. By that time, it'll already be spring football. Tickets go on sale for the spring football game for Ohio State on February 10th. The game's probably going to sell out, probably going to have 70, 80,000 people in the stands for the spring football game because there's that much hype about this year's 2024 version of the Buckeye Nation. So even though I love basketball, even though I love baseball, man, football season don't stop, man. And listen, you better be in your dojo if you got a team and know what your team is getting you into because you're going to get disappointed real fast or you're going to be ready to ride. So thank y'all for listening to us go on about football, even though we're past it, because there ain't no end of the season. And make sure you check myself, Tay Boy Fresh, and Mod on all aspects of Fans First Sports Network. Every channel that we're on, every show that we're on, everything from Pump Your Brakes to We Are DC for Life to That's Rather Cavaliers to you name it, man, to the homies. We are to level up. We're on a lot of stuff. And so check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Facebook, YouTube. We're everywhere. That's what's going on for the KnoItAllz crew, for sure.
And definitely, man, I appreciate everyone for being here and listening. Next week, we're going to probably end up coming on so that we could talk about the Super Bowl and kind of give you our Super Bowl preview, out of KnoItAllz do. But we'll decide. We'll decide if we're going to come in or if we're going to do it on Saturday. We'll definitely talk about that. You guys will know which one we're going to do. Also, man, make sure that you like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that when we go live, you'll definitely get those notifications. Also, we are there on X. I wanted to say Twitter, but it's now X. They changed the name, My parting shots, man, is I hadn't had a chance to say it other than on some of my social media pages. Man, RIP to Carl Weathers, my guy who's playing. Man, I'm just gonna say it with my chest, man. Rocky would not have been the Rocky trilogy without Carl Weathers. Period. Point blank. There wouldn't. He should have won supporting actor for that. I mean, when it comes down to it, Apollo Creed, they said, I remember him being in the first 3 movies, but they say it was in number 4.
Flashback scene.
Russian, what you talking about, man?
Was 4 the Russian?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so let's wait. So we got Rocky with Apollo in the first one.
Yeah.
The second was with Mr. T, Clubber Lang.
No, second was Rematch.
Oh, Clubber Lang was 3.
Yeah, see, you just a little fella.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna tell you the thing that got me is that boy say, "Hey, sweetheart, you want to see what a real man is like?" That boy Rocky said, "I'll fight you right now. Boy, that boy was heated, man.
And he got mopped. He got mopped until he got with Apollo Creed.
Yeah, he got mopped till he got with
Apollo. And Apollo Creed told him, "There is no tomorrow, Rock. Yeah. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow."
And then he played in Happy Gilmore. I bet y'all didn't know, man, in the heat of the night, he was Tibbs. First.
Of course we knew that, man.
Yeah.
I know OG stuff,
man. I'm going to tell you. Action Jackson. Give me a line from Action Jackson. G.
Yeah, I know the movie. I don't have no line.
I don't know a line.
I would say, how do you like your ribs? And he had that flame.
Oh yeah. I remember that. I remember that,
man.
But that was a little low key under good movie. Though.
Oh, it was a Tubi movie before there was Tubi. Period. Point blank. You know what I'm saying? And then of course, his role that he reprised here with The Mandalorian really gave himself an opportunity to blow life into his new career, man. And into his older career. And I'm just gonna say, man, it's a loss for the entertainment community. And I loved seeing Carl Weathers, even in Predator. He was really good. You know,
is he the best athlete turned actor ever?
Wow, that's a great question.
Right.
That's a great question. I think
I thought about it already. I think he's number one.
I think he may be. I mean, Jim Brown.
Yeah.
You got Jim Brown. You got Terry Crews.
Mm-hmm.
You got The Rock.
Mm-hmm. It's getting small. Athlete turned actor, man, he's up there. He's up there.
He's definitely up there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that there's anybody else, man. I mean, I'm trying to think of all sports and seeing, you know, because there are people who have made it, and
what about Merlin Olsen?
Oh,
Merlin Olsen's a good one.
That's a good one too. Yeah, he's on the list.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Little House on the Prairie. Yeah, so it was, you know, but I Carl Weathers if he's not number one, he's got to be either one or two. He's got to be, man. He's up there, bro. He is up there.
Man, Sean, that's a great question, man. I mean, I don't know that there's any more athletes who could act as well as him. You know what I'm saying? He carried a really serious part with Apollo Creed. Mm-hmm. Apollo Creed was and it was, I say he should have won Best Supporting Actor a couple of times.
That's the greatest sports movie ever.
Yeah.
Any Rocky you want to pick. You know?
I mean, you're right. It's the most iconic sports franchise movie ever. Like Rocky is known in multiple countries. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then you look at the Creed spinoffs. Mm-hmm. It's just what he meant to the actual franchise. Heck, Creed is really him. It's really Apollo Creed. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I mean,
Rocky. I mean, Sylvester Stallone will have nothing to do with that after the first one.
Nope.
Facts. But my point is, it's Apollo Creed. It's his name. It carries on.
Creed.
And yeah, you know, it's Michael B. Jordan. It's the others. You know, but still, it's Apollo Creed. If no Apollo Creed, if he doesn't nail that part for Rocky, if he doesn't nail that part for Sylvester Stallone, we don't even care about it. We don't even care about it. Mm-hmm. He was in Brian's song. Good one, Claude Bishop.
He transitioned the Rocky name into Creed.
Take Claude out the Matrix. That was a good come up with.
Yeah, you're out. Claude is out right before we get off the air.
Yeah, he's out. He's out the Matrix. I appreciate
it. Speaking of Brian's song, Billy D. Williams might have played the best athlete in a movie for an actor.
Gail Sayers.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. Ernie Shivers, the movie that they did about Ernie. Oh man, what is it called,
bro?
No. He played the heck out of that movie.
Will Smith is the only person that's got it.
I was just about to say that.
Well,
Will Smith got it.
Ali.
But outside of that, Billy D. Williams played the heck out of that Gail Sayers role.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, but no. The boy that played the Express. The name of the movie is The Express. The boy that played Ernie Davis in that movie was really, really good. He played the heck out of that.
Wasn't that our dude that passed away? The Black Panther?
No, it wasn't. He was in it though. He was in it.
Chadwick Boseman was.
Chadwick was in it, but there was another guy.
I think Ernie. No, I think he did play Ernie Davis.
No, he didn't play Ernie Davis. Yeah, no, he didn't play Ernie Davis. Yeah,
I know he was in it.
But shout out to his family.
You got to say, because over the course of sports movies and non-sports people playing, like Brian's song is a greater movie than the movie about the Express.
Yeah,
it's not better than Hoosiers.
But then no ex-athlete play in the movie Hoosiers. That's not what we talking about. Quit moving the goalpost, man.
We talking about actors. We talking about former actors that played in roles in movies. Billy D. Williams is up there, but Carl Weathers, man, as Apollo, which is fictitious, it's got to be. It's fictitious.
But Billy D. Williams is an athlete. Hey?
But he played Gail Sayers.
We was talking about athletes playing in movies.
Right.
Claude brought up Brian's song. Great choice, Claude. So I just said to switch it around. Billy D. as an actor played the best athlete in the movie.
Yeah, Gail Sayers.
I still feel like I mean, have you watched The Express?
Of course.
I feel like The Express.
Little fella, man, ain't too many movies I ain't did. Unless it's just
Will Smith got both of them. Will Smith got.
Of course, I mean Ali is probably. I mean, it's hard to believe that Spike Lee directed Ali. It is really that good. It's really, really that good. Yeah. It was really, really that good. Man, I'm stumped. O.J. Simpson, no. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Carl Weathers, bro.
Yeah, it's Carl Weathers up there. You got people like Tony Danza. You got y'all don't remember. I tell you when you don't remember Fred Dreyer, Ma.
I do.
What he played in?
Fred Dreyer. Wasn't Fred Dreyer not Superfly, but not Shaft. He played one of them black movies.
Fred Dreyer is a white guy that played for the LA Rams.
Oh, okay.
He played in the police show Hunter when you was a little fella. Remember Hunter?
I don't remember Hunter.
You remember Hunter, Big G?
Yeah, of course I remember.
I don't remember.
Came on Friday nights, Hunter and McCall with his partner.
Yep, my grandma used to watch it in the kitchen.
No, I don't remember.
Grandma used to watch it in the kitchen.
You pulling that back when everybody watched TV. I don't remember that, but I thought I'm thinking to myself that he was one of those ex-athletes.
My grandma had one of them little bitty TV sets that she used to put on the countertop, dog. She'd sit there with her eyes all bugged on and watching Hunter. She'd be like, Hunter's on.
Grandma Vera.
In the kitchen, dog. Watched Hunter.
Man, I don't remember Hunter. I'm gonna have to look that up because that's a deep dive. That's a deep dive.
Everything I do is deep, man. I'm an OG.
I don't remember that at all, bro.
Grandma used to watch Hunter in the kitchen, dog.
I don't remember that at all. Mm-hmm. That's before my time. That's before my time.
That's before your time. I mean, it was like a show in the mid '80s, around Miami Vice time.
Yep, right around the same time.
Yeah, we watched Miami Vice.
You just weren't allowed to stay up late on Friday. Just tell the truth. Came on at 10 o'clock on Friday. You had to get in that bed.
Probably wasn't in the bed. Probably was in the bed.
And them little tidy underoos.
With the feet in them.
The pajamas with the feet. The pajamas with the feet.
With the feet in them. I had the feet. Hey, man, let me get out of here, man. We love you guys. We thank y'all for staying with us and rocking with us this whole time. Make sure, like I said, that you check out all of the podcasts. We are busy throughout the week with the Pump Your Brakes podcast, with the homies, the overtime, all of the things that we're doing. We're here bringing you the best in sports, the best talking, and we're gonna get into it, man. And do something with this Pro Bowl. Please do something, NFL. Please do something with the Pro Bowl. If y'all are just gonna name people and have this little flag football game, think of something different. Think of something different. Give the people who made the Pro Bowl another $25,000 or $50,000 for making the Pro Bowl, and let's not even play the game. Let's not do a skills challenge or nothing like that. Leave it alone.
I know how to fix it real quick. I know how to fix it. College All-Star team versus Pro All-Star team 7-on-7. Everybody and their mama will watch that. 7-on-7. Pros against the college all-stars? Oh my God. It would be must-see TV.
So Big G, I agree with you, it'd be must-see TV, but you run the risk of Pro Bowl players, all pro players getting hurt, and college players getting hurt before the draft. Come on,
before
man.
The draft.
You run the risk of them college kids cooking them pros. That's what you run the risk of. Them college kids gonna cook they behind.
Hey man, we out of here. We love y'all. Peace.